For example, Adil here, he lost 50 pounds in 5 months, which is one of my best transformations. So he was 240 August 6th, and January 18th, which was last week, he was 188. So that's 52 pounds in 5 months. All right, guys. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I work with my clients, from the training to the dieting to the supplement plan to the weekly check-ins. I'm going to show you the exact system that I use and why it's working. So today's video is going to be more focused on clients that want to lose weight. I'm going to go through a couple of my clients that lost a significant amount of weight in 6 to 12 months. So we're going to start, for example, with my client Akbar, who lost 75 pounds in 10 months. Usually how I work is after on the onboarding, we set the goal pretty much. We define the objective, the timeline. I get an idea of the person's schedule, what are their hurdles, and we build a plan. And the plan usually starts with them selecting their food preferences and talking to me about their schedule. So when I have a food preference in front of me right now, I can see all the fruits that they like, all the veggies that they like, all the sources of fats, the sources of proteins, the meats, the carbs, the fishes. So this is something that you can fill up as soon as you start working with me. So your diet is not restrictive and you're actually eating foods that you enjoy, because the goal is for you to have a diet plan that you enjoy so you can sustain it for the longest period of time. And then when you tell me a little bit about your schedule, what time you wake up, what time you go to work, what time you're training, etc., what time you go to bed, I can fit those meals in the most appropriate time for you. So a diet plan usually looks something like this. And here you can see the list, so many diet plans, because they keep getting adjusted with time. Your body cannot follow a diet plan for 10 months. The more weight you lose, the more adjustments you have to make. The body's going to adapt. You're going to have to play with certain foods, certain macros, till you keep finding the recipe that keeps working for that client, for him to keep dropping weight. So for Akbar, for example, when he started, he was at 300 grams of carbs, 2,700 calories, and this is what his diet plan looked like. Eggs and bagel in the morning, rice and chicken breast, oatmeal and protein shake, salmon, and yogurt at night. So you're going to have the meals, the exact quantity, how much calories in every meal, a total breakdown of the macros, the proteins, the carbs, the fats. So a really detailed diet that is accessible from your phone, from this app. We kept making adjustments as time goes by till I think his last diet plan was in October. He was doing 1,600 calories on 116 grams of carbs, 230 grams of proteins. Second thing that we go through together is a workout plan. So throughout the 10 months of working with Akbar, these were his workout programs. This is the first one versus the last one. So if I go into the first one, for example, you can see here that he logged every single workout. So I can go back on every workout he did and track his performance, track his lifts, to see if there's a pattern of progressive overload, making sure he's progressing in the gym, because the stronger you are, the more muscle mass you're building, that's for sure. And performance plays a big role in seeing how your body is reacting. So this is a push workout, a pull workout. You can see he has the amount of sets, the amount of reps, the amount of rest. He has a leg day and a chest and back day and an arms and delts, because he was able to train 5 times a week when we started. And that was awesome. And then when it comes to the cardio, you can see month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, all the way till October. So when I got him started, it was really light. I think he was doing, his first week was cardio 2 times for 20 minutes. Then we bumped it to 3 times 15 minutes. Then we bumped it to 3 times 20 minutes. And then we kept it at 3 times 20 minutes for his first month. And the highest I think he got in October was 5 times 50 minutes after 10 months. And we can see here the chart on the weight. The first check-in ever sent to me was November 1st, 2024. And the last check-in that was sent was November 3rd at 237. So 75 pounds in I think 10 or 12 months, if I'm not mistaken, which is huge for this client. Another metric that I ask my clients to take from me on a weekly basis is the measurement of their waist. So we can see here with Akbar, we started at 47, and he did not put the last ones, but he was getting even up to 38. So that's 10 inches on the waist, which is really huge, okay? So we went through the nutrition plan, the cardio plan, and the workout program. Another thing that I give my clients is a list of supplements. So for Akbar, with time we added them. It was a pretty nice list at the end. But at first he only started with vitamins, omega to reduce inflammation, and basic stuff like that. Then we started to add fat burners and stuff to help with his digestion, because he was having some bloating, some glutamine, some veggie beans, creatine, EAAs, magnesium, and all the good stuff. But a really big factor that make these transformation works is really the check-ins. So you can see here that for actually 10 months, Akbar was submitting a check-in for every single week. All right. First check-in, his weight was at 315. Last one, his weight was at 237. So the questions that I usually ask on a check-in, these are check-ins that I want my clients to submit every single week. All right. So it covers general questions like how good are they feeling, their how many hours are they sleeping, and the quality of their sleep. Nutrition related question like how many liters of water they're drinking, their appetite level, how hungry they are, if they're not hungry, or if they're hungry, around what time of the day it usually happens, so we can gauge that and adjust accordingly, because the goal is to make this plan as sustainable as possible. So as soon as you have something interfering, whether you're too hungry or whether something doesn't match your schedule or you have something that's not working, we adjust them right away on our weekly check-ins. Training related questions, so their performance in the gym, their training desire, how many times did they go, how many times did they do their cardio, their recovery levels, to see if they're recovering properly, because recovery is definitely a crucial part of this whole equation. You want to make sure you have adequate recovery so you can go back again the other day and keep pushing hard in the gym. So their motivation levels, their digestion, their stress levels, and one thing that I like to do is having them mention a small win and a big win for the week. So for example, here Akbar had a small win, he hit the gym 5 times, and a big win is that he lost 1.5 pounds that week. And another thing that we do is I actually have calls with my clients. So on a weekly basis, not only you fill up this whole questionnaire where I actually go in detail about your week, how was your training, your nutrition, your mindset. I actually track your weight. Thank you. One thing that I didn't show you is not only there's these questions, but you have to plug in your weight, you have to put in pictures, and you have to put in your waist measurement. Once you do that, the day after we have a video call together, and on the video call, it's literally coaching. So if you have training videos, we go through them together. If you had any hurdles or setbacks, I teach you my ways, my methods of how to overcome that. If you need pep talk, I give it to you on the talk. So you can see here my Fathom, I have hundreds of calls recorded because this is literally my full-time job, and I help hundreds of guys lose weight and put on weight. So this is pretty much how I work. I provide you the diet plan with your food preferences, a supplement plan, a cardio plan, a workout program that is really adapted to your body, your goals. By the pictures that I get, I decide, okay, what muscles do we need to work on the most? And if you have any injuries, how can we work out around that? With my background in osteopathy. And that's pretty much it, guys. So if you're someone who is trying to lose weight, I can actually show you a couple more clients of mine. For example, Adil here, he lost 50 pounds in 5 months, which is one of my best transformations. So he was 240 August 6th, and January 18th, which was last week, he was 188. So that's 52 pounds in 5 months, which is pretty insane. And this guy, he was really locked in. He was logging his food, his workouts. So you can see cardio was adjusted. We have August, September, October, November, December. I have him doing pretty high cardio. He's a really high performer. He's a savage. So this week he's doing a deload week. He has no cardio, but the week before he was doing 6 times 1 hour every day. So it was getting really tough for him. But if I go on the check-in pictures and I do compare, you can see what I mean by losing 50 pounds in 5 months. This is what it looks like. So if you also want a crazy transformation like that, go follow me on Instagram. There's a link where you can book a call with me, or just send me a DM right away, and we'll talk about your strategy call, see how we can get you to achieve the body that you want, whether it's to lose weight or to put on muscle. I got you. That was it for today's video. I'm going to make another video to clients that are more into putting on weight. So here I was just showcasing a couple of results. Here we have Ray, which is another nice transformation that I have. We can see here on his check-ins, if I do compare the first day he started working with me, this is July 6, 2025, versus his last check-in, we can see that he lost 30 pounds. And losing 30 pounds when you're 190 going to 160 will look something like this. Now here was the vacations, he slacked a little bit, but if I go on December 14th, there was a point where he reached 160. Yeah, he's another good transformation. Another really good transformation that I'm proud of is from my good friend Muhammad. So here if I go on his check-ins and I do compare, I remember we started working together in like June 22nd, 2025 versus January 17, around 40 pounds, I would say. So 180, that's 20, yeah, around 35 pounds. And really proud of this one. So same concept, diet, training plan, cardio, monitoring his progress on a weekly basis, getting on calls every single week, making sure we keep you accountable, make sure you keep pushing forward, we keep setting goals for you. If there's any obstacles, we adjust them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you start with me, I got you. You will make the results that you want. It will be one of the best transformations that you ever did. These are the client check-ins that I receive on a weekly basis. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want more content like this. And do not forget to book your strategy call. You can follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, and we can book it through the DMs. Or if you go on my Instagram profile, Taha Therapy Coaching, there's a link with my calendar in it. You can just book a call, and I'd be happy to chat. Have a good one.